I think farmers in general aren't quitters.
But if you don't invest in the future, then the chances of still being around are small. These words motivate Hornstead Dairy to keep their business relevant and stay progressive for the next generation. Amber Horn Leiterman, along with her brother Tom Horn, are the 6th generation on the family farm. They work together with parents Brian and Lori Horn to milk about 1,400 cows 3 times a day and run around 2,000 acres of mainly corn and alfalfa. They also raise all of their young stock and have 20 employees, with some of those being family.
And that's what makes the operation run.
Horn Farm was where my mother lives right now. That was homesteaded from the state in 1863.
There's
pictures of sheep running
around the front yard.
I don't remember a chicken or a pig on the farm. The only thing that was ever here was milk cows. I've got 2 goats and they fascinate me. I use them for lawnmowers. They were fun. My father-in-law, I remember him telling me the story of when he started milking cows. He had a bigger egg check than he did a milk check. And that's just all things that have kind of evolved. You call it specialization. It's just what's happened in agriculture.
They now have 2 farms linked together and have put up their 4th milk house, but have never left the original 27-acre lot. They've replaced almost everything Brian's father built, and he probably replaced everything Brian's grandfather had built.
I know my mom was not exactly, we tore our silos down. She didn't find a lot of humor in that, but I'm thinking she probably worked pretty hard to make the payments. They carried milk in those days. It's tough to see that change.
When asked about who his role model was growing up, Brian shared that it was his father.
We had a barn that always flooded with water, and how he dipped water out of the gutters for hours every day before he get the manure to go up the barn cleaner chute. And I think of how many people would have threw their arms up and just, I don't need this. I remember my dad and I arguing about long underwear. It's like, you don't have to wear long underwear, but wouldn't it be a lot more comfortable to, instead of standing around here, you could actually do something. And I've been a fan of it ever since. Every day is a comedy show. There's things that maybe yesterday you couldn't laugh at, but today they're pretty damn funny.
So much has changed over the years, but the Horn family has been marketing with equity for as long as they can remember.
I remember Grandpa used to take us to the auction, and we got ice cream. If it doesn't work one way, we do things differently, obviously, but that's one thing that we honestly haven't changed.
We talk about the use of equity. That's where we market our culinary animals. We do send occasionally animals through the feeder sale.
And the dairy sale.
And the dairy sale. We're customers of the equity hay market. We buy a lot of straw down there.
So we like to use the small squares to fatten our calf lunches. That's how you know it's a great marketing atmosphere when you get a text or a message from somebody. Do you need small bills? I can't get hold of Brian because my dad usually does that. And I said, well, I really don't feel like exercising this week, so I'm going to say no. And then Brian says yes, and then Andy texts back, haha, looks like you're going to get your exercise in for the week. That relationship is one of the things that we take advantage of. They know us, how to contact us, what we're looking for, taking advantage of the proximity in the local market because it's about 15 minutes away from here.
The fact that you get competition buying the animals, continue to work with it because we like the guaranteed check and we send a good product down there, we're going to get a good price.
When asked about challenges in agriculture, Amber mentioned that it's not just environmental, government, or employee aspects, but the fact that consumers are becoming more and more disconnected about where their food comes from and how it's raised.
The consumer has questions.
And we're trying to connect with our consumer and have a relevant product and be willing to work with them.
We sometimes have to operate in harsh conditions and cattle need to be taken care of. And we thought animals had rights so many years ago already.
Yeah.
We have a veterinarian on site here once a week. We have a PhD nutritionist. We're in contact with him weekly, testing feeds probably bi-weekly.
Their new facility allows the Horn family to provide additional training for employees in a modern way, using videos involving cattle handling, administering vaccinations, and observation of livestock.
We depend on those guys a lot, so the more we can train those employees, the better it is for the cattle.
Equity worked with producers to obtain certifications in order to sell certain classes of livestock to different packers.
I know you have to be part of the FARM program, the farm program, or you have to go through your beef quality assurance program. So you guys are watching your end and we're watching that end as well. The working together is when we win, obviously. The buyers are getting a better animal because we're doing a better job on our end.
In their spare time, the family stays pretty busy off the farm.
farmers. I do enjoy fishing when I get a chance to do that. I've been on our Board of Education in Brillion for 15 years. I'm a delegate at our dairy cooperative. Milk goes to Land Lakes, and so we market our milk through a cooperative also. You know, you're kind of giving back to your community, and my dad was on the town board for many years.
My husband actually is not on the farm, but he is an electrician. We have 4 boys. The oldest is 13, the youngest is 2. He was appointed by the Secretary of Agriculture, Tom Vilsack, to do the National Dairy Board, where we take care of like dairy checkoff. I did stuff with dairy checkoff for about 6 years, and I was the chair of that board on my last year. But I like to bake.
I like to eat. I highly recommend the butter cookie.
The butter. Oh, I know what's butter.
Butter.
The Hornsteads have a few words of advice to offer fellow farmers.
Take the wisdom of some more experienced people and seek out people with positive attitudes. You know, you gotta see that glass half full. These little changes in the market are so short-lived. You gotta be ready for them all the time. Be aware you can only spend $1 once. That's all you can spend. Try not to overextend yourself.
To be a starting farm, I think you have to have a network of people that you can talk to, that you can reach out to when you have a question, so you can count on their opinion. Things are different now than they were back when my dad started. There's a lot more computerized things. There's a lot more data to look at. You know, what's important, what's not important, what can be pushed off to another day.
It used to be where as long as you worked hard, that was pretty much all it took. You know, you gotta work smart too, and you got the snowball, and you gotta stay ahead of that. You're aware of the commitment that takes. And, you know, you gotta want it. It's kind of a great lifestyle. There are some days we'll go into our calving area. We'll have 2 or 3 new calves. They'll come up to the fence and check you out. So that's a pretty cool day. Most days it's fun.